Christy McNichol was once the shining light of Hollywood, captivating audiences with her warmth, sincerity, and emotional depth. From a young age, she seemed destined for stardom, with a talent that went beyond acting. It was as if she could live the characters she portrayed. In the 1970s and 1980s, she became more than a teen star. She became a symbol of authenticity on screen. Yet behind the applause and bright lights, Christy's life was complex, filled with pressures and challenges that few understood. Her journey is not just one of fame, but of resilience, growth, and rediscovering herself outside the Hollywood spotlight. This story follows her early beginnings, rise to fame, struggles, and eventual path to peace and self-acceptance. Early life and family background. Christy McNichol's story began in Los Angeles, California, where she was born on September 11, 1962. Raised primarily by her mother Carolyn after her father left, Christy's early years were shaped by struggle and resilience. Her mother worked multiple jobs to provide for Christy and her older brother Jimmy, teaching them the values of hard work and perseverance. Their household was modest, often focused on survival rather than luxury. Despite the hardships, the family remained close-knit and supportive. Christy's environment nurtured empathy, independence, and maturity well beyond her years. Watching her mother's determination instilled in her the strength to face challenges head-on. These early lessons of endurance and compassion became central to her identity. Her ability to express deep emotion on screen later stemmed from real-life experiences of love, sacrifice, and resilience. Christy's humble beginnings served as the emotional foundation for her acting career, allowing her to bring authenticity and truth to every role she played. Even as she achieved fame, she never lost touch with the grounding values her mother had instilled. Her family's devotion not only shaped her character, but also gave her the emotional depth that became her greatest artistic gift. Discovery and early acting career. Christy's introduction to acting came almost by coincidence. Her mother, Carolyn, often brought her and Jimmy to film sets while juggling jobs in the entertainment industry to make ends meet. It was during one of these visits that a crew member noticed the children's natural charm and suggested they try commercials. Both siblings quickly began appearing in television advertisements, but Christy stood out. Even as a child, she had an uncanny ability to project emotion and sincerity that drew audiences in. Casting directors saw something special in her, a blend of innocence and depth, rare for her age. Her early work taught her the discipline and professionalism needed to succeed in Hollywood. As she transitioned to small television roles, Christy learned how to navigate sets, scripts, and directors, refining her natural talent into genuine skill. These early experiences were formative, giving her insight into storytelling and human behavior. More importantly, they grounded her in the reality of the business, that talent was only one part of success, and resilience was equally essential. These early years on camera prepared her for the demanding and often unpredictable journey ahead. Breakthrough with family. Christy McNichol's defining breakthrough came in 1976 when she was cast as Buddy Lawrence in the acclaimed television drama Family. At only 13, she captivated audiences with her raw, emotional performance. Buddy wasn't a typical television teenager. She was vulnerable, rebellious, loving, and flawed. Through Christy, the character felt real, relatable, and deeply human. Critics and viewers alike were stunned by her maturity and the authenticity she brought to the screen. Her portrayal earned her 2 Emmy Awards, solidifying her as one of television's most talented young performers. However, behind the applause and awards, Christy faced immense pressure. Fame arrived quickly, and with it came expectations far beyond what most teenagers experience. She was suddenly a household name, admired by millions but shouldering responsibilities that would challenge even adults. Despite the strain, she continued to deliver performances filled with honesty and depth. The success of Family marked the start of an extraordinary career, but also the beginning of the emotional toll that fame would take on her. Christie's portrayal of Buddy remains one of television's most genuine representations of adolescence, cementing her legacy as a pioneer of emotionally intelligent acting. Life behind the spotlight. Though the world saw Christy McNichol as a radiant young star, her private life was filled with challenges. With her mother serving as her manager and relying heavily on Christie's income, the family dynamic shifted. Christy became not just a daughter but also a provider, shouldering adult responsibilities before she was ready. Her days revolved around auditions, filming schedules, and media appearances, leaving little space for a normal teenage life. While other kids went to school dances or spent time with friends, Christy was learning lines and performing under studio lights. The stress of constant work and public exposure weighed heavily on her. She often felt torn between her love for acting and her yearning for a simple, private existence. Yet her sense of duty kept her moving forward. Despite exhaustion and emotional strain, she remained professional and dedicated to her craft. This period of her life revealed both her strength and vulnerability, qualities that made her performances so authentic. While her fame grew, so did the quiet fatigue that came from living in a world where childhood had no place. The pressures of early success would echo through her later life, shaping both her choices and her resilience. Transition to film stardom. By the early 1980s, Christy McNichol successfully transitioned from television to the big screen. Her breakout film Little Darlings, 1980, showcased her as a confident, emotionally nuanced actress capable of leading major productions. Playing Angel Bright, she captured the complexity of adolescence with a mix of humor, independence, and depth. The film's success turned her into a symbol of teen empowerment and authenticity. Her performances in The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia and Only When I Laugh further demonstrated her range and emotional intelligence. Critics praised her for blending naturalism with intensity, an actress who could make even ordinary moments feel profound. She was no longer just a child star, she was an artist in full control of her craft. However, with fame came new pressures. Film sets demanded more time, more energy, and more perfection. Yet Christy approached each role with her signature sincerity, always striving to represent real people rather than Hollywood archetypes. Her success during this era solidified her reputation as one of the most talented actresses of her generation, proving that her gift extended beyond television and into cinematic history. Challenges of fame. As Christy's fame soared, so did the personal costs of her success. The constant attention, interviews, and relentless filming schedules left her drained. Hollywood's expectations were unyielding, especially for young women. She was expected to maintain a flawless image while balancing the emotional toll of fame. The long hours, isolation, and pressure to please everyone, studios, fans, and family, weighed on her mental health. The industry rarely allowed space for vulnerability, yet Christy was deeply empathetic by nature. She internalized emotions intensely, often at the expense of her own peace. Anxiety and fatigue became regular companions as she tried to live up to her image. Her story reflects the darker side of stardom, how success can come with invisible burdens. Despite her struggles, she continued to perform with grace and excellence, never allowing her pain to compromise her art. Over time, however, the emotional strain became impossible to ignore. Fame had given her everything she thought she wanted, yet it also demanded parts of herself she could never reclaim: personal struggles and health. By the mid-1980s, Christy McNichol's mental and physical health began to decline under years of relentless pressure. She experienced chronic stress, exhaustion, and emotional instability that required professional care. The signs were clear: sleepless nights, anxiety, and burnout. Her body and mind were demanding rest, but the fast-paced entertainment world rarely allowed it. Christy's challenges were not the result of weakness. They were the natural consequence of years spent working under intense scrutiny. Her brother Jimmy became her anchor, offering emotional support when she needed it most. This period forced Christy to confront difficult truths about fame and well-being. She realized that her self-worth could not depend on external success alone. Taking care of her health became her new priority. Her experience served as a quiet reminder of how vital compassion and rest are for creative people. Though the entertainment industry seldom acknowledged mental health struggles at that time, Christy's courage in addressing hers paved the way for greater openness about these issues in later generations of performers. Hiatus from acting. In 1992, Christy made a life-altering decision. She stepped away from acting while still at the height of her success on Empty Nest. This choice shocked Hollywood but reflected profound wisdom. Years of public life had taken their toll, and Christy recognized that she needed time to heal and rediscover herself. Her departure wasn't an act of defeat, but one of self-preservation. For the first time, she prioritized her mental and emotional well-being over career demands. The hiatus marked a turning point where she could reclaim her identity beyond fame. Away from cameras, she found solace in quiet living, far from Hollywood's chaos. It was during this time that Christy began rebuilding her inner peace, reflecting deeply on her journey and what truly mattered. Her decision inspired others in the industry to recognize the importance of balance and personal care. By stepping back, she demonstrated a rare strength, the courage to choose health and authenticity over the illusion of success. Return and reflection. Christy's time away from acting became a period of personal growth and healing. Without the constant pressure of fame, she was able to reflect on her life and rediscover joy in simple things. She explored new passions like teaching and mentoring, finding meaning in helping others nurture their creativity. Through this process, Christy reconnected with her love for acting on her own terms. She no longer felt defined by public expectations, but by her sense of fulfillment. This stage of her life represented balance and maturity. She learned to separate her identity from her career. Christy's reflections also deepened her understanding of empathy and human connection, which became central to her life philosophy. Rather than seeking validation through fame, she found purpose in guiding others. This transformation showed that stepping away doesn't mean giving up. It can mean stepping into a truer version of oneself. Her quiet comeback wasn't about headlines, but about harmony, a return to living with authenticity and gratitude. Teaching and mentorship. Christy McNichol's later years have been defined by her role as a mentor and teacher. She discovered immense fulfillment in sharing her experience with aspiring actors, guiding them through the complexities of the craft. Her teaching philosophy centers on authenticity, emotional awareness, and empathy, qualities that defined her career. She teaches that great acting is not about fame, but about truth and connection. In her classes, she encourages students to explore their emotions fearlessly, just as she once did on screen. Through mentorship, Christy transformed her own challenges into lessons for others, helping young performers navigate the pressures of the industry. Her influence extends beyond technique. She teaches the importance of mental health, balance, and kindness. This role gave her a renewed sense of purpose and connection to her art without the strains of public life. Christy's contribution as a teacher may ultimately be one of her greatest legacies, proving that inspiration doesn't always come from the stage, but from the guidance and wisdom shared quietly behind it. Personal life and love. After stepping away from acting, Christy McNichol built a peaceful, fulfilling life grounded in love and authenticity. Her relationship with partner Marty Allen brought stability, companionship, and joy after years of emotional turbulence. In sharing her personal truth publicly, Christy inspired others to embrace their identity with pride and honesty. She prioritized emotional connection over fame, finding happiness in the simple moments that fame had once denied her. Her life became centered around kindness, teaching, and community. Friends described her as grounded and content, qualities that reflected the inner peace she had worked so hard to achieve. By choosing to live authentically, Christie showed the world that personal happiness is not dependent on public approval. Her story became one of courage, not the courage to perform, but to be genuine. It's a reminder that true love and fulfillment often come not from the applause of others, but from the quiet acceptance of oneself and the people who truly care. Legacy and reflection. Christie McNichol's legacy extends far beyond her performances. Her journey stands as a testament to resilience, integrity, and the courage to live truthfully. She achieved what few in Hollywood have, the ability to walk away at her peak and build a meaningful life beyond fame. Her groundbreaking roles in television and film continue to inspire young actors, particularly her portrayal of emotionally complex, relatable characters. Yet her most profound legacy lies in her choices, prioritizing well-being, authenticity, and love. Christie's life story reminds the world that success is not just about longevity in the spotlight, but about the impact one leaves on others' hearts. She redefined what it means to be a role model, showing that stepping back from fame can be an act of empowerment. Through her courage and honesty, Christie continues to inspire new generations to seek purpose, compassion, and truth both in art and in life.